I get there safe. Like, I really don't care. Like,
well, that's what submission is. That's what submission is that you
down that I think everybody is at some point deserving to receive love and to be even into marriage if they do aspire for marriage.
I believe that society shapes how we view things and how we look at things in our life.
Make your own bed. That's basically what Kevin Samuels is saying. His delivery is what people kind of throws people off. But basically,
aggressive or like violent, like where I think toxic masculinity is
no offense to men, that they also get this idea that, you know, women are just going to take care of them and everything is going to be like easy.
A domestic violence shelter, and he brought her up to be, you know, a $25,000.
Hell yeah, you need to judge in dating. It is what it is. You know, you can't not judge people just because you feel bad about it. Like, you need to know.
As much as I love my daughter, there are some harsh realities and some things that her mother and I teach her in order to help her to understand. And
like, I'm sure everyone knows a woman that, you know, had sex all the
What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to CKQ Podcast. I'm your host, Clement. And before we go on to our regular scheduled panel, unfortunately without Chris for tonight, she's going through her move. So congrats to her. Shout out to her for that. But it's getting a little busy and stressful. So she won't be joining us tonight. But we have our usual. Danielle.
Danielle, you can find me on Instagram at FlyNurseMomWife and here on YouTube at My Sister's Keeper.
Eyes on the road, Danielle. Eyes on the road.
Eyes on the road. Hey, what's up?
We got the doctor.
Hello. Hey, what's happening? It's your boy Black Wall Street. I'm back trading again. So come by and check out the channel. I know one of us has been hitting it up real hard. Learning how to trade them options. Yes. I made an exorbitant amount of money this year, so an undisclosed figure. The boys might be looking for me for them taxes, but whatever. All right. So just hit me up. You can find me on Instagram at behavioral_consultant or Black Wall Street Trade LLC on YouTube.
Awesome. I will be joining you in the feds looking for me very soon. We got Neek in the chat. Shout out to you.
Neek need to get on the panel.
She's a little busy today, but let's get a good conversation going so that she will be forced to get away from her homework.
Oh, I know how to get her going. Men should always run women, period.
Oh, I mean, that's without a fact.
I'm gonna get Danielle. Look, Danielle whole head went back. Like, what he just say? He know I'm driving. Oh, never mind. Nah, Nick, you stay where you at. I know what you're doing. Never mind. You just keep doing what you're doing. We'll be all right.
All right. Well, today for the panel, I've definitely been. You know what? Let's add some of this stuff. A little background music for us while we
background
talk.
Music, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
But what's going on, my man? Oh, there she is. You hit a speed bump?
Yeah, she hit a speed bump called a
Hit a
trigger.
speed bump.
I'm playing.
No, I had to turn it off and get back on because I wanted my microphone to be connected to the car.
Okay.
Okay, so that's upside down that way, huh?
Just not turning for you, huh? What, do you have an auto lock?
What?
Auto lock?
I don't know what this thing is. I know it hold my phone.
Man, I feel like a tech whiz compared to you. Bravo.
I don't like technology. It's a struggle, folks.
All right, but let's get to the talk. All right, it's definitely going to be a lot of older generation versus younger generation, and definitely how the two interact with each other. So do me a favor, mute your mics. We're going to do a little bit of this. Fair use, foul use.
Black man will take place because change that the image that we have now is destructive. It's destructive across the board. Go ahead, Sway.
I mean, I just love how I know maybe I didn't articulate myself pretty well because I was rushing through it, but I was never against suits. I was never against, that narrative that black men should wear suits. I just understand that to wear a suit every day, all day as your own attire isn't for everybody. I agree that we should own suits and we should have them for the time and the place, and you should be able to look respectable at any time.
Let me have to inject? Okay, I didn't say a suit every day. I said when I went to church. See, that's disingenuous, my friend.
Hold on.
Hold on.
You interrupted
I want to
me.
be clear.
I wanted to clear myself up, and I allowed you to talk.
You can, but you're not going to misstate what I said. And see, this is the problem.
What I said.
Okay, and this is the overall problem with image. See, we got a 23-year-old young man, and then a black man who is an actual image consultant, and you're wanting to argue. It's really not an argument. I'm not
arguing with you. You haven't let me finish.
Well, because you really, no offense, but what have you lived to show what you're talking about works?
What do you think my narrative that I'm pushing, Kevin? Because honestly, you haven't let me.
What it sounds the same is that, hey, don't wear suits.
Nope.
Dress.
You interrupted me. I'm not trying to argue either, Cass. But you're misrepresenting what I'm saying.
Anybody can listen to the replay. Yes. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, because here's the problem. What I started to say at the beginning was, if you sat down with an attorney and your life was on the line, you would listen. This is what we do. And there's an image that's going to change with black men, and it's not about a suit. Suit is what gets put over on the side, just like high value.
I just want to give a real quick shout out to M3 from Knowledge and Relationships. Shout out to you, my man.
What up, M3?
Thank you.
Big Daddy, big guns, boy. M3 bigger than what you think he is.
You see the gym back there? You see the gym in the background?
Yeah, I see the gym in the background. I seen the result. He messed around and
put a little bit of cardio.
Nigga big. Like, he looks small on camera, but nah, you mess around and grab him. You done mess around and grab a surprise, nigga. Surprise. Got your ass back.
Perception
How you doing,
is key,
man?
John.
How you doing?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, my brother. Even though I got a live stream come up in the next 30 minutes, but I just wanted to stop by, man, just to, give my contribution to your live streams.
Oh, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we've just been very busy, man, just doing a lot of things.
Nah, listen, you guys are killing it over there on your channel. I see you guys, you have different people, your conversations are really ramping up. I love it. I love some of those conversations. Unfortunately, I've just been very busy in my personal life that honestly, even this is very hard to make some days. So sorry I haven't been able to make it over there a couple times, but I do like a lot of what you're doing over there. I always drop by for a like, but
No, that's understandable. No need to apologize, man. Look, the main thing is that as long as you take care of your personal issues or personal life and improving yourself, that's what really matters. YouTube is just secondary, you know?
Facts.
Yeah.
But
it's good. Oh, go ahead.
Going back to the video, we're definitely gonna hop back to the video. But older generation wants to talk about their problems, but not listen to the younger generation's problems. What do you guys think of that? Since you have a show coming up pretty soon, why don't you start us off, M3?
Sure, thank you. Well, the way how I look at, like, just my perception of, like, just watching Kevin Samuels going after with a young person, it takes me back to how sometimes older people feel like because of their age and the longevity of life, they feel like they could just tell you anything without the pushback that you give them. And some of them probably go through their old school tradition, whereas they was taught that you listen to your elders, but you never talk back. But the problem is that, you know, young folks, they have questions too. And they have their own personal experience that they like to express. And I felt like, you know, on that instance on the Lapeef Network, like Kevin Samuels was rude because he didn't give the young person a chance to really express where he was coming from or his ideologies. Because it seemed like the young guy was just trying to say that, look, old folks would tell you, look, beyond church, you need to wear suits all the time. That makes you look presentable. That makes you look fashionable. But this is like a new generation. You know, people wear different styles. But before he even got a chance to make his point clear, Kevin Samuels cut him off. And I felt like the guy had a right, the young person had a right to feel the way how he felt. Because I want to, like, you know, appreciate nobody, whether if you're young or old, cutting me off in the middle of like what I'm trying to address, what I'm trying to convey. And Kevin didn't allow him to do that. So
yeah, Yella, shout out to you, Yella. Some of the OGs on YouTube act like they someone parents. Between KS and Sage, they were disrespectful. Yeah, I was rewatching that, and we're actually gonna go back to that, right back to that in a little bit. M3, how much time do you have here?
I have enough time. I'll say like probably by 5:55.
Okay, cool. So then we can definitely probably finish up the video and then get a little bit more reactions from everyone else, and then we're gonna call it that. All right?
Okay, for sure.
Actually, hold on, John. What do you think of that?
I mean, all right. So here's the thing, man. So I'm at this place where I'm gonna hear what a young man have to say, but I'm also gonna correct him in his errors of his thinking, because you can't just say everything is about. Some things cross over. Everything can't be like how it was in before. Let's just evolution removes that. But that's not to say that everything before can't solve problems for things you're going in right now. So in order for that to work, you have to talk to old school and find out what worked. Old school have to listen and differentiate the differences, because only one of y'all have the perspective of what was. Only one of y'all. Mm-hmm. And it's not the young one. See, one knows both. One only knows one way. See, a lot of people will think, well, that's y'all. That, you know, y'all. We live right now. We're living. You know, somebody can't come to me about a computer and think because, like, y'all did not create the internet. The internet's been around for fucking years. I learned how to do math, read and write on a damn computer. I had a personal computer when I was 6. I'm 47 now. So but I also know what a 45 is. And I'm not talking about a pistol. I know what an 8-track is. I know what it's like to record over a copywritten CD and make your own CD. How to put the paper in the back. Put it in there. You can use it like a blank tape. You can block it off and do that. We used to make our own mixtapes back in the day off the radio when they played the damn music on Sundays. What? And if you didn't have a tape, you just put 2 pieces of paper in the back and put it in there and record right over Prince. Prince ass out of here. I listened to you enough. We ain't hear no more Dubs cry today. You know? So you gotta both have to listen. And old school and new school is guilty of just not listening. Just so it just depends. Old school and new school. Because the way I always look at it is, if I know the best route to get to California, why you think I'm fixing to just throw it all to hell and back? If I know the way that we need to go and you don't know the way we need to go, somebody needs to sit back and just ride this ride. But then there's times where we run into trouble and I ain't never seen that. I'm like, hey, you know anything about this? And new school gonna be able to help me. You can really have a good relationship. It can really work, but both gotta listen.
Definitely. Both definitely have to listen. So Danielle, I'm gonna start off with you next after this second side. So fair use. Where is that? Where is this at? Sorry, I'm struggle streaming, people. Struggle streaming.
Value men. It's something to hit at. But at the end of the day, there's an image of the black men in the public and then in our mind's eye. But there's also the respect between generations. We're the one group of people that feel like we're all equal and feel like your opinion versus my lived reality, facts, data, statistics, and experience. And we feel like we both men. And that's the problem. We resist hierarchy. We resist structure. And this is the issue with the black male image, and the symbolism of it is a suit. I've been at this I'm not trying to be offensive, young man, but I've been at this for longer than you've been alive. So it's not about a suit. It's about the fact when we walk out in the world, we do not get the respect we should. And we have to take advantage of our own image, which is not just appearance. It's A, B, C, D. Appearance, behavior, communication, and digital footprint. It all matters to image. It's not just about appearance. Now, you may not know who I am. You may not be familiar with my content other than the salacious stuff, but this is what I've been doing in real life for almost a decade as a business. And we are the only group of men that I still have to have this rudimentary 2 + 2 = 4 conversation with over and over again, whereas other men are more inclined to look at just the outcome and say, what is going to be effective to get me the outcome I want in the time frame, and not be willing to waste time. You don't have time to waste. That's the point. Men of value, really successful men will tell you the most valuable thing they have is time. That's why I pushed back when I heard you say later on in life, but when you're young, do A, B, and C. No, you need to do the opposite. When you're older and you got power, then you can choose that. But when you're young and have little or less power, you got to do what you got to do. Y'all can argue it back and forth on your opinion. And if y'all want to know more about image, go actually study image, not just appearance. A, B, C, D, not just looks. Peace out, y'all. Y'all can have it.
I'd like to, Kevin, before you go, I'd like to say something. Well, he left. So, Swag, I would like to say, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to be able to speak because a lot of people have been putting words in my mouth, and I haven't said any of that, and I haven't had a rebuttal. But it's quite funny to me how he can say that I haven't seen him, or I don't know what he's saying, or I'm misrepresenting what he's saying, or misrepresenting perception. But he misrepresented all my points that I've been making. Never once said you shouldn't wear a suit. Never once said young people shouldn't wear a suit. I never once said you shouldn't own a suit. I never once said you shouldn't worry about the clothes that you wear. I was saying it's more than that. Just like you said, ABC is more than just your clothes. And I think every black man should have a suit. But what I was saying is to wait until you're older. My thing was like the business.
You were being disingenuous when you say wear a suit every day. That is misleading.
I said you shouldn't.
It implies that what we're saying is that all black men got to dress in suit and they got to wear suits all day. That's the seed that you're planting in the ether of the conversation. And I think that's why he checked you on that, because
But
you were
didn't I
being
say every black man
disingenuous.
should own a suit? Didn't I say the
No, you
Jordans
didn't.
wasn't? Didn't I say the Jordans
The first thing you did was you
wasn't
bucked
it?
up against it. That was the first thing you did. And your
The first thing you did was you bucked up against them. You, as a young guy, cannot have an opinion. And that's essentially what I got out of that one. But Danielle, if you are at a red light, which it doesn't look like, you can answer or respond.
Nah, I can tell you. I just feel like what I always feel like with Kevin Samuels, you know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And he got more experience dealing with men than I do, but I deal with people very often. And in all ages, I'm just fine because I give respect off the top. Everybody is respected. And I feel like sometimes the older generation just wants the respect because they older and because I guess that's how they were. But that's just not how young people are anymore, you know? These young people are not going to give you respect off the top just because. They don't, so you got to earn respect. You know what I'm saying? So if you get them any type of anything, they going to definitely resist you because they feel like you being disrespectful. And once they feel disrespected, they're going all in because they don't care to be respectful to begin with. So I just think the younger people go a little bit too hard too quick. And I think that the older generation is a little too narrow-minded and thinking stuff still works the way it used to when it don't.
It definitely seems like a lot of the older guys coming on here. Well, the ones with the big platforms are the ones spewing a message and aren't willing to bend in any way at all, like shape or form, on any kinds of their messages. And it makes it very hard to say like, hey, listen, we're dealing with a different set of challenges than you are, which is what I think Sway was trying to say. He's like, listen, we just, like, life is not the same as it was for you. Life is not the same as it was for Sage and Kevin Samuels. And you know, listen, I support Kevin Samuels. I don't think I 100% agree with everything that he says, but I definitely am a supporter of Kevin Samuels when he says, you know, get your shit together, step your shit up. But right there, I don't think it just wasn't portrayed very well. It really wasn't.
Yeah, he was very immature and a big ass baby to go off on that young man and say whatever he had to say and then hang up. Like, you did not come on here for no type of understanding. You came on here to flex on me, and that's why that young man had the energy he had, because young people is a no flex on. So, you know, he be tripping. I don't really care for that man. He just too much for me. Like, and not too much, like too much to handle. Too much, like just too much bitch assness. Like, you remember Diddy had came out with that term, no bitch assness, on his show?
No
like,
bitch ass me. Yeah.
Yes. And Kevin Samuels, to me, is a bunch of bitch assness.
Shout out to you, Yella.
Yeah, so.
M3, what you think, my man? I know you got 1 minute.
Right. Yeah. I mean, pretty much it sums up. Unfortunately, older people, especially the ones that has, you know, bigger platforms, they just feel like their word is bond. You can't argue, you can't have a rebuttal, and if you do, then their followers or people who support him or her, they're going to try to shame you for that, and they're going to make you feel like you're the bad guy. Now, I do understand that most young folks, you know, you can't really nowadays tell them anything because everybody's free with their opinion, and that's okay. you just have to learn things like the easy way or the hard way, depending on the advice that you give them and their level of perception and how they receive it. But it doesn't help when you're trying to give that older gentleman the level of respect due to his status and his age, and you just get completely shut down because maybe he look at you like you're just a nobody because of your age, or you're just a nobody because you're pretty much like one of the subscribers. I'll say it like that, especially in the YouTube world.
Yellow Print made a good point. Plus, how Kevin Samuel is so upset with current black man image while featuring the latest Future video, who has one of the worst images of a black man. Yeah, that's funny. Yo, CJ. Appreciate you. Appreciate subscribers. John, my man, talk to me. Doctor, talk to me. How'd the rest of that video look to you? Oh, actually, M3, you do have to get going, right?
Yeah, so I just want to say, it was good to be able to give you my insight on it, and thank you for just open up the StreamYard link for us. So
yeah,
thanks.
Of course, always, man. Mm-hmm. And if one of the moderators could actually drop the link to Knowledge and Relationships channel in the chat, they're always a great channel, and they're always doing some great stuff over there. So if you have some time, go out there, check them out. Great panels over there, great conversations. You have a fantastic. Well, actually, well, let's just close it out the way we typically do.
All right, for sure. Well, hey, if you want to check out Knowledge Relationships, feel free to do so. We talk about anything. We provide like the best quality content that we can for you guys, and yeah, just check us out. That's pretty much it. But don't forget to get the likes up for CKQ podcast, Clement, and that's about it. And subscribe. So thanks.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Have fun on your show.
All right, take care, everyone. All right, John.
All right, now you too.
All right, Danielle, take care. Peace.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, I definitely think that the older generation issue is, I think it's really kind of plaguing YouTube a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
Like there's a lot of like older men coming on and spewing a lot of messages, but that I don't think sometimes is right.
Really?
Yeah. Like the whole idea that it's like, oh, you know what?
Give me an example.
I'm about to, and I know you're going to disagree with this one. The whole idea behind waiting till later on to get married, or do as much as you can right now while you're young as a man with women, and then later on try to settle down. And I think even Kevin Samuels has said that as well. And so there's in some different platforms that have said that. There's like Anton, I know he's not about that. I know he's a lot more like, you have to get to know women first, make women a part of your network, and then that's how you can pick the best one, as opposed to try to sleep with as many as you can, and then eventually just settle down with one.
But see, here I'm not gonna come off of that. You, regardless of who the guy is, right? The numbers are gonna not be in the favor of the person who has discipline. Because if that was the case, no men would cheat. Or it would not be a high number of men who cheat and get caught cheating. You cheating because you're curious. You hunt because it's innate. So if you never hunted, you've been deprived of your natural instinct. That's going to create motivation for you to hunt. And when you find that woman who is agreeable, who is a good woman, who doesn't question you, you're more likely to hunt on her to satisfy your curiosity that you've been deprived of. Nobody wants to hear that, but that's what you're going to end up seeing. You take guys who never really ever. If you look at guys who really never was a ladies' man in school, but now they got money. Do you know those guys spend more time chasing women than a little bit? And it's typically your higher end guys, like your engineers, your doctors, those guys who were buried in books and they couldn't chase behind women. Well, guess what they do? They chase behind loose women. They chase behind women who have no commitment, like hookers, call girls, whatever you want to call them. They chase behind those women.
Anyone that's going to give
a higher number than you think.
So what I'm saying is, I don't think that you should deprive yourself of women, but I don't think you should indulge to your at every willing opportunity that you get a chance, because you're not teaching yourself any level of restraint.
Well, too much of anything is bad. That's anything. I don't care what it is. Too much of anything is bad.
Yeah. So I think that's
something that's bad too.
Agreed. Yes, I did. A balance. Yeah. I think it is tough to listen. Striking balance in really just anything is always tough. I'm not going to say that it's an easy thing to do, but I think right now a lot of the older generation that's coming on YouTube spews a message that is too far over to you're just trying to fuck as much as you can and you don't really give a shit. That's just not, I don't think that's good I don't think that builds a healthy mental relationship with women to any young man.
Well, nah, it doesn't. But most women that you running across ain't trying to marry you no way. They ain't even trying to be with you like that.
Mm-hmm.
They want the same thing you want, and that's where we fail as men. To keep we spend more time as men thinking for a woman when she's more than capable of communicating her thoughts to you. If she's out at that nightclub and she dressed nice, and you know what I mean when I say nice, she didn't do that for her girlfriends. She did not do that. She's ready to compete, and she's not even tried to ride back with them for that right guy with that right game. She came out to get that D. She know that. All the players know that. And one of the players is going to be the one to take her home. And she going to be cool with it. Be just fine. She did not come over there to see what his house looked like. She came to see what that mouth do. That's what she came to see. But we think for them. So when the women don't want it, they not trying to get in serious relationships. Like, what do you know between the ages of 20 and 25? That what have you learned about life to make you, one, interesting, two, to be ready to settle down and get into a very serious committed relationship? Well, maybe you should work on your finances. Okay, you can't do both. You can't work on your finances and have fun on your off days?
Agreed. I agree with that.
You have to be exposed to different types of women. I ain't said you have to sleep with all of them, but you need to be exposed to them. Because if you only one-sided, if you only know one perspective, then how do you know you like a different one? You won't know until you heard it, seen it, felt it, tasted, touched it. You won't know. And some men, not knowing is an issue. They commit to this girl and then immediately they have, I guess, relationship remorse. They see something that they like better. or they experienced something they never had.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the best cases of that is that movie by Tyler Perry about the pharmacist who him and they country as hell. They hung around each other forever. They was laughing and everything. Shit wasn't so goddamn funny when she ran into that alpha. Yeah, she contracted HIV. Okay, well, guess what? That is what it is. Of course, they had to put that spin on there. Like, this is what would happen if you do this. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Everybody, women know that the chances of that happening is like not that goddamn great. Okay, but the chances of that happening, what the whole narrative of what happened, the context of everything, oh, those are high. Oh, that's gonna happen. You bring your little small country ass to the big city with all them other men. Oh, this is gonna happen. She little eyes be like, wow. You was the only one, you was the best because that's all she fucking knew. And this man did everything that you wouldn't do. His when them dudes was disrespecting her, come on, let's just go on home. His ass jumped off the damn bike like Mandingo. Don't you see her walking there? Ready to kill somebody. She was like, it ain't that serious. Whoa, Jesus. And she come home and look at him like, yo, punk ass. Competition is real.
Yeah.
Everybody can play football till real football players show up. I'm just saying.
Danielle, what are you thinking? What are we thinking? What are you saying?
What am I saying about what?
About everything that was said.
Nothing. I'm just listening.
Okay. Okay.
How did y'all start talking about women anyway?
Oh, I brought that up.
Yeah.
Because I was saying that some of these older guys on YouTube are saying for young guys to sleep with as many women as possible, get their body count as high as possible. And I'm saying that that's not really necessarily a good message to be pushing out all the time.
Oh, okay.
And John is on the opposite side of that.
Oh yeah, I told him I'm never gonna be in on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where we're at.
Gotta have it. Not to mention, you gotta get you some experience, man. Just saying.
I like experience.
Huh?
I said I like experience.
Man, most women do. They talk about your ass if you ain't got none.
I agree.
Girl, he let me down. Motherfucker was fine as hell. Couldn't.
Oh. Yo, so why am I always on the outside of what most women do on every freaking topic?
What are you talking about?
Because I don't talk about the performance of my man in bed with my friends. Like, I had all aunts. And so that's just not a topic that you discuss with your friends. That's what I learned. That's not what you do.
But you know what happened.
Because that's how you get cheated on, right? So I was about 20. I was about 20, right? I might not even been 20. I might have been like 19. I don't know. I was young. Anyway, I always befriended older people because people my age was just wild, and I wasn't trying to do that. I always been the type of person that like to go play card games, just drink, chill at the house, listen to some music. That's where I'm at. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm friends with these older people, and it's this guy. Now he is older, but this man was all cut up like a little 2-year-old, like an 18-year-old. He was just like super ripped and handsome and tall and athletic. He was everything. Okay. Anyway. So, I know y'all can't tell right now because I got myself all covered up. But like I said, before I covered myself, I was that girl. So I had seen him. And even though I was young, every man wants to take you down. So he was willing to come on over and talk to me. We was cool. We was kicking and stuff. He gave me a picture of his penis, and this shit was like from the tip of my finger to my elbow. It was huge. Since I was young, and I ain't know no better, I saved it on my phone as the screensaver, right? Because people don't be seeing my phone like it's for me. Well, I had just befriended these older women, so we was friends. They knew of this man because we was all in the same vicinity, and she just happened to see my phone, yo. She was like, and they all, of course, you know, when you look like I look, people always be clocking your moves, right? So the older women knew the older man that I was talking to, because if you look like him, you definitely clocking his moves too, because this man was Spanish fuck. But anyway, they saw the picture on my phone. They was like, "What? That's his penis?" And I was just like, "Yeah." Oh, girl, definitely went back and fucked her. It's crazy. I caught their ass. I stopped over his house just by chance this one day, and she was there. But I don't claim people, so it didn't bother me. It shocked me.
It's not gonna stop you.
It's not gonna
stop most of it.
Oh no, it completely stopped everything. But it didn't shock me. I mean, it didn't make me mad. It just shocked me. What the fuck are you talking about? When you got options, you don't let somebody play with you. You don't play yourself. So no, she no longer was my friend, and he no longer got a chance to smell these drawers. But and he did see me later, and he was trying to get with me later, and I did like let him all over my house and shit like that, and then was like, no, because you remember I saw you at your house with my friend. Oh, you forgot? I forgot. You thought I what? No.
Shout out to you, Uncle Stu, in the chat.
But so yeah,
old man on the block.
That's as close as I got to sharing anything about any man to any female. And I'm so happy I had never done it to him. Cause if I had done it to him, his dick would have never been on my phone in the first place. That's not even something to share. But since I had never done it, I was just looking all enamored. Got snatched right from under me.
That's a shame. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not. He was still wanting it. So I was actually left feeling really good. I was excited.
Yeah. Still excited.
Oh, yes. Whenever you relive a win or something where you come out on top, because, that would have been a horrible thing if I'd have gave in to him and then he went and slept with her too. Then I'd have been left with mud on my face. That's a lose.
Uncle Stu said, "What? Wait. Hey. Did I walk in? Did I walk into the wrong room? What happened? What are y'all talking about in here tonight?"
We're talking about
grown folks
the tea when you be talking to your friends about how your significant other do, and I was saying that I learned not to do that. Not
even significant other, just in general.
Not a significant other, not a possible other, not a current side piece, not a nothing that I'm tempted to get with or then got with. Nobody can know about. It's not your business.
Wins.
Hell yeah, wins. Yella, don't act like that, Yella. You know when you think back to when you were slanging that thing all around.
Not the cap.
It was one woman, and if you think about her, how you got it, you was like, yeah, I would. I did that. Yeah, I had fun.
Okay, spinning it back. All right, I can't really spin this one back, but we're gonna spin it back to the original topic. All right, the next question. Younger generation predominantly want to complain. The younger generation predominantly want to complain. Danielle, start us out.
I don't really know no younger generation that complain. When I meet people, I'm at work. I don't hang out. I'll be at home being a mom and at work working. So But when I see them at work, they ain't no complaining around me. So we're gonna both go and do the work, get it done, have fun. So I don't know.
So a lot of the young people around you are always just on the grind, or the young people that you see around you.
Yeah, I mean, they at work. You don't have a choice but to be on the grind.
I know some lazy people at work, but
oh yeah, but they still gonna be on the grind. You're gonna be extra grinding with me because now I'm about to do my work and we about to both do your work because I don't mind working. So, and I love being an aide. So now since I see you lazy, about to go from every room you got and do all the people together. Like, come on.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the best kind of teacher you want, right? The one that actually wants to help you.
Yeah, because I got to make sure it's done. I don't want to be sitting down seeing if you did it. Let's go do it. We're going to be smiling and laughing. I've been joking with you all while you wasn't working, so you already like me. So when I say, okay, well, come on, let's go check on Miss Lady. You're like, okay. So we slide in the room. Like, oh, we might as well just go on down your hall. Let's go. Get a good conversation going so they think that you're there because you're talking. And you're actually there because you need them to do their job.
Wow. Finessing people.
It's not finessing. You just have to learn how to manage people. Different people call for different things. Every person is not going to call for that. But what every person calls for is for you to be respectful. Be respectful, be polite, be kind, be genuine. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk at them just because they're younger or because you are supposed to be a supervisor. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Just be regular. Because at the end of the day, we both adults, no matter the age. We both need each other. So let's just work together and get it done. Yeah. I think that's something that's missing is like John was saying, just everybody listening to each other. People don't be wanting to listen nowadays from both, just period. From young to old, from man to woman. People don't like to listen.
In the era where we have the most information accessible to us, no one wants to listen now. Everyone feels like they're genius. John, what are we talking? What are you thinking?
So let's address the question first.
Okay.
I'll actually listen to a young person, but I ain't finna listen to their complaining ass because they do complain a lot with their entitled ass. Yes, they complain. They complain. They complain every time you turn around. Every other one is a fucking civil rights, human rights, something activist. And trying to get all this down, not only inclusivity, but exclusivity. Like changing these fucking, all these pronouns that ain't a damn nothing. All this special shit. All these special needs, they need special needs to exist in the world. And it's just crazy. Complain about every damn thing. You know, I ordered a pizza the other night. And this motherfucker said, oh yeah, I'm trying to tell him from experience that his little fucking device is not going to bring him to my house. It's not going to happen. But before I could get it out, okay, all I needed was the address. Technology, and then he hung up. I'm like, okay. 35 fucking minutes later, he called. I can't find you. And I said, yeah, before you abruptly got off the phone, I was actually going to guide you here because where you were at, I knew where you were. And it was easy to get here. And now I have no idea. Well, I'm over here. Over where? Well, I'm over here on the side where some trees are. I said, brother, it's 4 apartment complexes around here. I'm nestled. So trees on the north side of the trees, the west side of the trees. If you're on the west side of the trees, then you're on the arsenal. So where are you? He's like, well, maybe we can meet. I said, I don't ask for a delivery and think 1 second I'm going to get out my house and come meet anything. You can cancel my order, give me my money back. and everything like that, we can reverse this. So long story short, I finally could figure out where he was at. I directed him to here. But that's like who in the hell have the fucking balls to suggest someone who called for a delivery to go fucking meet you? Are you like fucking serious right now? Are you serious? You whiny? No, I'm not fucking coming nowhere to meet you.
The audacity, huh?
You gave up that quick, huh? Didn't take much, huh? When all you had to do was listen and stop talking about your little device, because it doesn't always work. Just like pluggers didn't always work when we was in the military. Sometimes the information you get is not good information. All information ain't good information. Depends on what your source is. But then there's that nigga who just knows the fucking way, and the source is good, and all that other shit don't matter. And that's where OGs are at. If I've been down that road that you've not yet traveled, sit back, enjoy the ride, take a tall glass of shut the fuck up, and pay attention.
I think
this tea.
I think because
Knock that fucking tea out your head.
Because we're in the information age, and since I want to say the younger generation, my generation and younger, we grew up on technology. You know, we haven't really done shit. We haven't. But we could find a lot of people online that's done shit. And we could cite a lot of sources about people that's done shit, which makes us feel a lot smarter than we actually are.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah. And you know so that's where a lot of the complaining comes in. But go ahead.
You know, you think a 20-something-year-old is bad. You ought to hit him with a young motherfucker. Like
younger?
Hell yeah. Like 12, 13, 14. Like the one I got over there. He fact checked every damn thing. I mean, he owned it. I'm like, you do realize that Google is only 54% accurate. And whoever the fuck think it's 100% accurate is an idiot. Because it's not. It's 54% accurate. It's not even 60% accurate. It's 54% accurate. Because it works off of web crawlers. Keywords. You might be getting some shit a fucking 6-year-old put on the damn line. You don't know where you come. You gotta look at the source. You gotta look at what pulls up and where is it coming from.
Okay.
And for me, if it doesn't say, if it's not one of the major journals, I'm not listening to that shit. I'm not paying it no attention. I'm gonna go find it. I'll go find a different way. Google for math, that's accurate. You can trust that. That's highly accurate. Calculators are real. That's programmed in there. But the information, no. You can't just Google something, whatever comes up there, the shit is right. No. And a lot of times it comes from Wikipedia, which is definitely not accurate. Motherfucker said, and I looked at this and I found it on Wikipedia says. I'm like, that man get up there on that damn TikTok talking about some Wikipedia. Like, I just go on to the next TikTok. Like, I don't even want to hear that nothing that come out of his mouth at that point.
You know, it's apparently a lot of the older generation. Like, I want to say my generation actually doesn't use social media as much as the generation below, and actually like the generation above us.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys actually tend to those two generations tend to.
Hi.
What's going on? How you doing?
Hi. Good. Hi.
Like Danielle.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Say hi. Go ahead.
Hi.
It's another Danielle.
Okay.
Another Danielle.
Shut my door. Shut my door. All my kids look just alike.
They sure do. They're very inside.
When they all get to whatever height they gonna be, everybody gonna think they triplets, I think.
Oh, you're tall. Is your husband tall? Is he? Is that Is that
Man, Danielle almost 7 feet tall, man. You know her husband tall.
Maybe not.
I look like I'm about to be like.
You might have settled with someone your own height.
I might have what?
You might have settled, nestled in real nice with someone your own height. That's why I asked the questions.
My own height.
Your own height, yes.
Do you know my heels be like 4 inches?
I always find it funny that women will always say like, "Oh, I'm 5'2", but I'm like 5'6" with heels."
I don't tell people how tall I am with heels.
Shit, 6'3", 6'4".
And that's why I don't tell them, because they tell me. When I tell them how tall I am, oh my God, do you wear heels? Oh, so you're like this tall.
Because most women are going to drop that in.
I never have to. People always complete my sentences for me. I just look at them. Like, I really don't understand that point of that. So, but yes, you have to be this tall to ride this ride.
Hey, I had a confident ass homeboy that I was stationed with, and this reminded me of some shit he said one time, and only he could pull this shit off because he was very rambunctious, but he was funny. Everybody loved him. He was funny as hell. He was like 5'9", and it was this bad chick. This motherfucker was like 5'11", almost, and she wanted to wear. She was like, so he was talking to her. We were like in a group. He was like, you fine as hell, blah blah blah. You ought to come kick it with me and stop playing. She was like, no offense, but I can't date a man that's shorter than me because I want to wear heels. And this is how he said. He said, man, fuck them goddamn heels. Put on some fucking flip-flops and go barefoot. That's how we do. Shit. I can't help my fucking jeans. He said, I pray every night, God, to stretch my goddamn ass out 3 more inches. That shit was so funny. She fucking dated him. They married.
Yeah,
she fucked around and dated him. She bitch ain't want no heels since, and they've been married now for 28 years.
Wow. So what, baby?
Confidence is king. Confidence.
Yeah, confidence is king. Man, nobody stand out of the other bullshit. He said.
Confidence is
king. He said, bump them heels, wear some damn flip flops.
And then it's the oldest one.
You got another one.
Yeah.
Another Danielle.
Yeah.
All of them look alike. What?
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, all of them.
Okay. You can get off me now.
A drunk man would be like, hey, it's 3 of them. Drinking.
You talk to them, turn around, turn back. Did you shrink?
Dress all 3 of them up alike. Had a tall one come in, dude getting lit. Then the other one come in, and the other one say, God damn. He done got short as hell, ain't it?
Oh.
Damn. But that guy won. He won.
Yeah, he won. But that shit was funny, man. Like, it was funny. He would talk to anybody that he liked. If he liked you, he coming straight for you, out loud. Hey, come here. Wait, you hear me damn calling you. Girl, ain't nobody. I'm just trying to know your name. What's your name? Like, well, at least tell me your name, hell. I'm like, man, we can't take you nowhere. So, man, I don't
care everywhere.
It does suck though for like the guys in that predicament. You gotta be confident out the ass. You gotta have some level of money. Your game has to be on point. Like you just can't be average at that point. Like
I'm
below what?
His mouth
5'9".
His rebuttals were nice. Like he say shit like, so what? That make me a bad man? So I'm less of a protector and a provider? What? How you gonna know? You just said that you don't date men that's shorter than you. So how you know what it's like to date a man that's shorter than you? Hell, you might fuck around and fall in love. And I was just listening to him and listening. He kept going. And she fucked around and fell in love with his ass. When they got married, she didn't wear no shoes. I was at the wedding. They barefoot. She ain't have no damn shoes on her but that dress.
That's love.
Oh, she crazy about that little motherfucker. She kill you about that man. I'm trying to tell you, she loved the hell out of him.
That's love.
Yeah, he a good dude though. He good dude, real good dude. Good big old heart, very nice, good to her. That's his queen. Love her to death.
Love her to death. Oh, I'm not muted no more.
Nope. No, you're not. But we are going to do a reaction. We're going to do a reaction. So do me a favor, people, ladies and gentlemen. Would you mute your mics? Where are we at? Fair use, fair use.
My first job was at a bank. They would use me as the supervisor, but I was still making minimum wage. And then they promoted all of these other people who were white. I didn't have any of the titles and did all the work. I was trusted to do the work. I wasn't trusted to get paid any more money.
I had a job and they actually told me that I looked too militant because I had a fro and I was proud of my fro. And I had an Afro sticker on my car. And they told me in order to continue to work here, you have to get rid of the fro and get the Afro sticker off of your car. We had to toe the line and look the best, act the best in order to have any kind of advancement. Whereas now I think things are a little looser.
For me, I think being 14, 15 years younger than you two, my challenges were different. It wasn't about a job. We couldn't go to the movies because the Crips had started. Because now we can't go to the park. Now when I go to school, there's a different element. So when my mother tells me to go to the store and the store is maybe 2 blocks away, but I know just crossing that busy street puts me in danger, it'll make me go 6, 7 blocks the other way. And my whole world was not about get a high school diploma. I just want to get home every night. So it's just so many things that were dangerous in my growing up in the 1980s and 90s that I think that what the children have today is a silver or maybe even golden spoon. Bring the golden spoon era in here.
You muted. Muted.
Thank you. Growing up, did you ever have to deal with anything like that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Hell no. Go wherever I want to go.
No. Not so much the experience that he went through, but the challenge of the older generation just not taking you as seriously because you were younger, or saying, you know, back in my day, XYZ, blah blah blah.
We listen. Our generation listened to older people. We soak that knowledge up. So to make because we wanted to know what was ahead. You understand? Well, we soaked up all the knowledge. The men would talk to the boys, the women would talk to the girls. The men would shape us, tell us what we should do in this scenario, this situation. And you know, they would listen. Like, we would ask questions, and they would listen intently to answer the question the right way. And we didn't, you know, we was raised where, you know, they gonna get their respect. Their grade gave them their damn OG status and their respect, because they live longer, man. You're not fixing to compete on the knowledge level, and that's not no opinion. This is a fucking fact. You can't have the same amount of knowledge as a motherfucker that's been here for fucking 20, 30 years more longer than you have. You ain't experienced enough. You haven't had enough exposure. You understand what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
You just not. You just not. I mean, that accounts for a lot. Now, am I saying they should not listen to you? No. But what I'm saying is you shouldn't have a whole goddamn lot of opinions about shit. Because if you want to play that game, let's play it like this. We will hear your opinion only if you've participated in this. Other than that, you have no opinion, just listen. How many times would you be able to talk? Because I could cherry pick some shit, and I know you wouldn't be able to speak for at least 5 goddamn hours.
Yeah, it's probably a quarter of the time I'll probably be able to speak because that's all the life I have built up. Yeah,
and that's how it was when we was growing up. When they talk, we fucking listen. Because half the time we didn't know what the fuck they was talking about because we had never experienced it. And it kind of gave us an idea of like some shit we might want to try. Or if this happened, that happened.
Yella says that, but there gets to a point where the info you learn is outdated and the world evolved around you.
Give me an example.
Example, Yella, if you got the time. But Danielle, what do you think? Oh, actually, no. That's the question that I asked John that I'm going to ask you, Danielle. Is when you were growing up, did you feel that did you have a hard time trying to speak to the older generation and have them listen?
What they's gonna listen to me about?
Or hearing or understanding them?
Oh no, I can hear very well. I comprehend excellent.
Okay.
But what they supposed to listen to me about? How my day went?
Your issues.
How I'm
Did you
feeling.
have issues?
I had issues, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't talk about them.
So how did you just figured out your issues then, essentially what you're saying?
Nope.
Oh, so you need therapy is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, everybody needs therapy.
Well, what I'm saying is that
damn energy when I'm licensed. That's all I gotta say.
So, yeah.
What you said?
I said once I'm licensed, I hope everybody had the same narrative. Everybody needs that. Yes, Jesus, they do. Come and get you some.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking to the elders was the worst. They've ignored how we felt since children, which is why most of us around 30, 40 have issues with our parents and our family. Correct. And that's really what I'm alluding to, which is, did you guys feel you ran into those kinds of problems at any point in time? Because I mean, listen, don't
Bloom.
We miss you.
Baby Chris, we miss you, little baby Chris.
Miss you up here on this panel.
Yes, I had issues. No, I didn't talk about them. Yes, I need therapy. Yes, it did cause a rift. But I am more of a fix myself type of person. So like, as far as like rifts I have in my family, I just know that they old and stale and crunchy. And I have to be the one that's flexible. You know,
crunchy.
If the relationship means something to me, then I'm willing to just trust them to be who they are and just learn how to maneuver in that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to change you. And I think one thing I had to get was confident in that them talking is not going to change me. You know what I'm saying? So once I knew I was who I was and I'm gonna be who I want to be, regardless of what you say, it made it easier to listen. Because it's like it really don't matter what you're talking about. Like I can be quiet and be thinking about whatever it is I need to be doing just so that you can speak.
Okay.
And just move on. I'm not about to argue with you because you see it how you see it and I see it how I see it and we not gonna agree. So just go and get it off your chest because they like to do that. But they don't want to hear you. So it's like, okay, we're going to get it off your chest so we can move on to the next thing.
I think the younger generation always has to be the flexible side.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think if I think right now in this generation is where we're having, because the younger generation doesn't want to be flexible, because it's kind of like, if you're not even willing to listen to me, then why should I even put the effort in trying to listen to you?
That's just their youth though.
Yeah,
true.
As they get older, they're gonna understand why you should listen and why you should talk, and then they're gonna get a taste in their own medicine, because the whole thing is to get worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? So how bad they are, can you imagine when they get to where we are and it's their kids? It's gonna be chaos.
It's just a cycle.
So they gonna reap what they sow. They'll be all right. So it ain't no reason to be mad at them, because you know they got it coming. Just understand where they're coming from, because I think every generation has dealt with that. Not feeling heard. That's come. Fresh Prince song will always be relevant, which is parents just don't understand. No generation feel like their parents understand, because you can't. Like what you lived is not what's happening now for your kids ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True facts. True facts.
I want to know an example of this evolution that don't cross over. I just want to hear it.
What do you mean?
Life goes full circle. So I
So
want
something that's not the same no more would be like interviews, right? So did you just hear that woman and how she had to wear her hair and how you got to do this, that, and the third? Like all that is coming to an end. The world is evolving to where you don't have to be the most well-grown person as a Black person working in the society. You don't have to, not wear your afro or not wear your braids or not wear your locks. Hell, you don't have to be a man. There are full-fledged men now that work with me with nails on and wigs and glasses. So that is what is evolving. It's just, you can't say that that's the same no more. Put your damn hand down. We in the damn class.
That shit ain't involved, man. Shit been around. And that's a trick. That's a whole trick. It is.
It's not. It have evolved, because you just heard the woman on there say she couldn't even wear afro.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can. I used to wear afros to work. You used to couldn't wear French braids. It was unprofessional. You can do that now.
Though?
You can wear locks. I don't know what I am. I'm me.
You are a nurse. That's your profession. That's different.
Versus the corporate ladder.
You fuck around and go over to Wall Street or some place like that. You bring your black ass in there with an afro. Try to walk off in there with some fucking. They don't give. Y'all can march all you fucking want to. They'll fuck around and find a lawyer that will countersue your ass.
And that's fine.
All kinds of harassment. They ain't finna have that shit.
And that's fine. But it's
like certain industries just ain't gonna do it. It's just not gonna happen. Even in psychology.
That just speaks more to the evolution now, though, because you have to pinpoint a specific place where that is still what it is.
A bunch of places feel like that.
But when that woman was speaking, it was like that across the board. It didn't matter your profession. You couldn't do anything unless you did this.
Yeah, like what she talking about, I know why she couldn't wear afro. I remember that. You represented the Black Panther Party. You were militant if you wore afro. You know what I'm saying? That's when dudes start plaiting their hair and get, what I'm saying? They're trying to get, trying to get haircuts and stuff like that.
That wasn't it. It's just that they don't want to see you look Black, because that was then, but those rules stayed in effect for quite some time. Those rules are just now ending, and the Black Panther is nowhere to be found. They just don't want you Black at their job. The white woman can wear their pink hair, all that, but you as a Black woman can't do that because it's not professional. But all that type of thing is coming to an end. Now you would have to say something like what you just said, is that you have to go to Wall Street for that. Where as before, it was anywhere, period. Not even at restaurants. You couldn't do a certain thing. But now it's becoming more accepting.
Mm-hmm.
At first, to be on Wall Street, those men didn't have tattoos. Those men now be flexing all type of tattoos under that suit. They might not be showing them, but it wasn't even for them to even have them to begin with. Like, image is just laxing. Stuff is just not staying the same. Everything is just, it's bound to change. It can't stay the same. It's just not possible.
So image would be that point that you're saying.
Yes, that is something that has evolved.
I wouldn't bet my black ass on it. I don't see it.
Okay.
I don't see it.
I think
in the military, y'all couldn't even wear locks, but now y'all can.
You can? You can wear locks in the military?
You can wear locks now.
Men can't. Men can't wear no damn dreadlocks at all. Your damn now, because you can't even wear your damn hat. You can't wear that whole uniform. You're not wearing no dreadlocks. It ain't gonna happen.
I mean, maybe if you're a reserve.
You can. It's people that are in the military all the time showing you how to tuck and roll and braid your locks so that you can keep them and not have to, even if they get too long, they showing styles on how to tuck them and roll them up so that they still not touching your shoulders.
Not touching your ears?
Wherever it's supposed to touch.
That's
in red, because that's what it said on the damn thing. R-E-G. N-R-E-G.
N-R-E-G?
Yes.
Yeah, it's National Guard.
Like space. N-Rig. Whatever the fuck that means.
National Guard.
She was in it.
National Guard. Was it a woman?
The one video that was showing me how to tuck the locks. It was that one. Where they were saying it, where they say you can't wear it because it's not like this.
Women can. Women always could. Men can't. You ain't fixing to wear no dreadlocks. You can't. Because it cannot be on your ear. I don't know how to.
She was in the army. Okay. Yelling know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like it can't touch your ear, and it can't be like above. It can't be below your. It can't be. It's got to be so many inches above your collar. Like it can't be on your collar, or you out of regulation.
Right.
But women, yeah, you can wear them.
That's what I was saying. I don't think it's just women now, though.
I think it's still women, though. I don't
think so. I believe I heard a law that passed. Like it was like a big thing.
It could have been.
That's a law that would.
It could have. Hey, listen here.
Yes, they did. Like you would fight for. White people can wear their hair however they want to, and it's never said that that's not acceptable.
They still got to cut it.
Yeah,
in the military,
the same thing. Just having to cut your hair. Like locks are not just a hairstyle for people. So yes, they did fight for it, and they won.
All right, let's go back to the video. The rest of the reaction. Did I stop doing it? Damn it! Struggle streaming, people. Slacking. All right, do me a favor, mute your mics. Fair use. Fair use. Boom.
I completely agree with everything I said, and even say that we've had a golden spoon in our mouths. You guys aren't wrong with that.
I mean, you guys definitely paved the way for us. We were just following in your footsteps almost. I do think that our generation has a lot of pressure on our career and education, and I appreciate it. It is very stressful. Parents want me to have a good job and go to a good school. My grandparents want the same, but it's because they want me to have what they didn't have.
I wholeheartedly agree that you guys had it way harder, but you guys were lucky in the fact that you knew who the racists were. You knew the KKK was down the street over there. You knew because it was in your face with it. Now, in the face of technology and the new age, people are way covert about it. They hide it. I've had somebody comment monkey under my thing, and I didn't even know who it was. I'm only 17. I'm not prepared to have somebody on the internet who doesn't know who I am call me derogatory slurs or, threaten to kill me. You know what it's like to experience overt racism. I don't, but I need you guys in situations like that because I don't know what to do.
I do have to say one thing that I kind of disagree with. I feel as though the younger generation doesn't have as much guidance or a specific goal that you guys had. You guys had people like Malcolm X. You guys had people like Fred Hampton. You've had people like that. Who do we have? Obama, maybe. We don't really have those leaders to guide us in a certain direction.
I disagree. I think you are the leaders. People are going to tell you that you have to aspire to be somewhere, but Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X both died before they were 40. They were the leaders when they were your age. So you guys are the leaders. And who you hang around. See, I hung around Big Monster, Tiny Killer, Little Shooter, Baby One Punch. You guys not hanging around them. You're hanging around people who are inspired and motivated to do the same things you're doing. So the leaders are here. I don't think you recognize them because they're right next to you.
Thoughts?
I love that. I love his response. That was
Did it?
nice because I'm sure it just stopped them in their tracks and got them to thinking, like, yeah. Because you never see yourself like that when you're a young person. So for an older person, even though they feel like you're not listening to them, when they do affirm you that way and tell you like you are somebody,
yeah,
you know, yeah, it feels good. So I love his response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely does mean a lot when older people do see potential in you that you don't necessarily see in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It does. I can agree to that. I can attest to that. John, what do you think? You muted.
Yeah, I like that. I like the way that I like the dialogue between on both sides. I like the way that they owned what they own, and I also like the way that they, you know, were vulnerable and like, hey, we do need y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because some younger generations come across like, this is all y'all don't know. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, bro. Y'all niggas think skinny jeans is just now coming out. Get the fuck out of here. We ain't invent no motherfucking skinny jeans, nigga. They was wearing skinny jeans in the fucking 40s. Like, really? Get out of here. The 30s and 40s, they called them pencil legs.
Pencil legs.
That's right, pencil legs. Where the fucking jeans go all the way down your fucking leg and they look like pencils at the end. Pencil legs. Y'all ain't invent no fucking skinny jeans. Like, who came up with skinny? Lil Wayne? Like, nope. Jerry Lewis was wearing the motherfuckers. The whole skinny suit. The whole thing. Even Pee Wee Herman. Look, go back and watch Pee Wee's Great Adventures. The niggas got on their skinny suit. Shit just comes full circle. Comes in and out. In and out.
That's true. That's true. I think fashion can only evolve but so far at a certain point.
And it just comes right back around again. Bell bottoms will be out again in 20 years. They came out one more time damn during in the 90s or the 2000s.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I wore the thing. I like
even fucking Stacks. Stacks came in the 90s. Stacks came back out from the fucking 70s. You know what I'm saying?
The high tops. I have my high
and
tops.
There is a such thing as regression. Things regress too. So I'm just saying.
You want to put a little more context to that?
Sometimes you go to, when you try to evolve, when you try to force evolution on something.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay, Chase?
Then
What's that back there? I'm okay. Okay.
Then it regresses back to, it can regress back past the original. One example would be the relationship between men and women. At one point, it was evolved into beauty, but it's regressing back to the way it was when men just pretty much come up and knock them in the fucking head.
Primitive.
Yep.
Oh no.
That's the way it's getting to be now.
Really? You think
ain't got no fucking respect for no girl? Yeah, hell yeah. Them young boys ain't got no. Do you realize? Watch how the interaction. Them boys that hit the fuck out of a girl quick. Yeah, pop one right in their damn mouth fast. All she got to do is jump jiggy. He'll knock her ass out just like she a boy. Shit! Oh shit! Look at the narrative being pushed, nigga. They telling you a woman is a fucking boy and a boy is a goddamn and we all equal. Well, hell, She jump her equal ass up, knock her equal ass out. Then we're gonna see if she equal. There's no respect for women. We don't want that. Okay. I can open my own door. I can pay my own bills. I can do all of these things. Okay. So, and you getting all up in these dudes' faces, these young dudes ain't having that shit. We will walk away from your ass. Talk about you, but we're gonna walk away from it. The generation behind me, 50-50. But them young boys, you get knocked the fuck out. It's going down. And nobody's gonna say nothing. Like when we was growing up, you hit a girl, oh, you a fucked up dude. How could you do that? That's a girl. Young boys like that what I'm talking about. Boy, you seen me knocked her ass out. You giving this nigga props for knocking out this girl? She shouldn't have got in his face. I'm like, okay. So you think that's evolving? Don't sound like no fucking evolution to me. That's regression.
It depends on where you at, what the environment is like, because I done straight and how you carrying yourself. Because I done straight went into the hood. My old little actually it was on the East Side where they real. Anyway, I had went to a little Coney Island or whatever, and these young boys in there so rambunctious and just doing the most, cussing, doing the most. And they saw me come in. They stopped what they did. One grabbed to open the other door. They was like, hey, gotta be respectful of her. You gotta. And I didn't even ask for it. They just gave it as I walked in the door.
Carried yourself that way?
I guess so. I didn't know. I was just being me. Shoot, I wasn't walking a certain way or looking a certain way. Just whatever they saw. They was like, don't be like that around her. Don't be cussing. Little boy tried to cuss. The other one was like,
yeah.
In my head, I was thinking, I like that. I don't know how I got that, but okay. Hey. So.
Good shit. What do you think of that though? That's not a regression. That's an evolution. Because I
don't give a fuck about the woman getting me my fucking mouth, man. No fucking woman get. She go ahead, do it. This shit don't hurt. I don't give a fuck if you can box. Weak ass. I'm trying to hear that shit. The fucking girl hit me in the soul. I'll take a couple of them hoes, 3 or 4. I'm not finna hit that motherfucker back. It's not gonna happen.
Them hoes.
I take 4 of hers and she can't take 1 of mine. Why would I hit that woman? I'm not gonna hit that woman back. If I hit her once, I'm breaking her whole fucking face. Not her jaw, her face.
You're breaking her life.
All of this shit up in here is loose. I'm just telling you. I would never hit a woman. Never. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. She'd have TMJ forever. After her reconstructive surgery, which she would have to have, she'd have TMJ forever. Jawbone would never work right again.
What's TMJ?
Something mandibular, some shit. It's where your jawbones are loose right here, and you can make that clicking noise.
Ew.
Exactly.
You okay with getting beat up?
You be okay with getting beat up on.
I ain't never had. Well, yeah, I'd be okay with that, but never ran across.
All right, this is going to be a little educational segment. All right. Educational segment. What? Yes, people. So we're gonna watch this one, and there's probably gonna be a little bit more of John's section.
Yep, rough and tumble play. I'm already with it.
Correct. So fair use.
So one of the things you can think about this when your parents do, and this is probably especially relevant for the men, because one of the things you might ask is what role do men play in the socialization of children? And one thing that men really do seem to do with kids is to engage in rough and tumble play, especially once they're a little older than 2, say 2 to 5 or something. Kids love that. They absolutely love rough and tumble play. It gets them so excited that, they get out of control fundamentally. But rough and tumble play is an excellent mode of socialization because it teaches the child the distinction between aggression and too much aggression, right? Because if you're wrestling with a kid, the kid has to keep their behavioral output under a fair degree of control to keep the game going, to make it rough enough to be exciting, but not so rough that they get hurt or, that they stick their thumb in their dad's eye or something like that. And you can think of that from a Piagetian sense too, because it's a game, but imagine that if you're trying to figure out how to configure yourself around other people, if you haven't had that rough and tumble play, you don't really know where the boundaries of your body are, you know, and you don't know how much you can take and how much you can be stretched and how much you can be thrown around and when something actually hurts rather than is frightening. And so all of that intense sort of play that boys in particular are likely to engage in, although girls also like it, seems to be very useful for teaching children about how to engage with the world and with other people in a physical way. And that's one of the physiological foundations for higher order socialization. So it's very useful. I mean, I've always often noted that children who haven't had the opportunity to engage in physical play, they're kind of awkward. You know, they're not seated well in their body, and it's like they're kind of vague physically. Whereas the ones who've been twisted around and bent and thrown up in the air and, you know, wrestled in general, they're a lot more conscious of their limits and their abilities in their body, and they're also much more able to invite other kids to play.
Doctor,
what's happening? That's good. You're exactly right. You're exactly right, man. You gotta, you need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Is getting kids to get used to being touched. And I always say, especially with boys, you need to be able to you need to be able to get them used to being touched by somebody, being able to engage. And plus you're their benchmark. Because see, little boys try you anyway. That's when you see little boys growing up outside the house, you know, dad's not around. And if they're not allowed to play with other little boys, or if they are allowed to play with other little boys, if they're playing with boys that are a little bit older than them and they're stronger than them, you can actually, those boys start to feel inferior. And then they're subjected to, they're subject to follow a stronger kid. You understand what I'm saying? When the kids are stronger, they have a little bit of fear.
Are you talking about like those kids that are usually like much bigger than all the other kids when they're growing up, but they're, I would say, more timid?
Yeah.
Like
you'll run across a kid that's big, but he's real timid. Like he won't touch a fucking, he won't bust a grape in a fruit fight. He probably grew up, nobody never really played with him physical. And he kind of awkward. Don't really have good coordination or balance or nothing. He just got real good genes, but he useless. He big for no reason. Just useless when it comes to physical. You know, he might be useful for something, but him being that goddamn big, he could be small, real small, and the outcome is the same. You know, you might have a guy worry about him until they figure out ain't nothing to him. Then they're like, oh shit, he soft. He pie. This is arm and tissue running around here with them big tall ass. Yeah. But I played rough with all three of them.
That's interesting. Because I mean, in my case, in my scenario, I didn't really grow up with either mom or dad, essentially. I grew up with my grandmother in Africa, and there was no male figure around. I remember playing with other kids. I mean, I guess I wasn't a big kid, so I guess that helped still set a benchmark, I guess.
Could have. How did you fare against us? At what point did you feel vulnerable? At what point did you feel like you didn't measure up with other boys? At what point did you feel like boys who might, like this kid, he probably stronger than me, and you had to find you, and you either never answered the question, like you never found out if he was or not, or you found out and he wasn't. Did you ever experience any of that?
No. I never really put myself in, I guess, you know what it is? I guess I would say I never put myself into challenging positions, obviously besides fighting. beyond fighting, that's about it. I've never, prior to that, I wasn't a sports guy. I was very much like a bookworm. I was a nerd.
How'd you start boxing?
I liked kung fu. I liked kung fu movies.
Kung fu movies did it for everybody, man.
Yeah, that's all it went. I like kung fu movies. I wanted to do kung fu. They didn't have that, so I went with Muay Thai. And that's how it started. Interesting. Danielle. You have 3 Danielles. Thoughts?
Thoughts on me having 3 babies that look like me? I think they're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They're extremely smart. They teacher always tell me how good they are and that they leaders. And, they what I tell them that they are. And every day I tell them that they the best. And they that.
Do they play sports?
Yep.
Me?
Your boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. He ain't asking you.
They play football.
My 8-year-old said he want to switch to soccer this year.
That's good.
Soccer.
Help his footwork.
Yeah. Right now he said he want to be a soccer player.
Why the switch up?
Okay.
No.
If he's not gonna be a soccer player, he want to be a math teacher. He want to be a cop. They want to be everything. And I encourage it all. At first, he was saying he wanted to be a doctor and a chef because for whatever reason, I guess what I wear, my kids thought I was a doctor. I was like, I'm not a doctor. I'm a nurse. But they said I want to be a doctor and a chef. And I found a cartoon character that's a doctor and a chef. I said, you could do that. See, even the cartoon character did that.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah. So whatever they want to do, I'm like, yeah, you can do that.
I have a question for you. All right. Honest question.
Honest answer.
Do you think I agree with the supporting everything that they want to do. Do you think that at some point they have to be, you need to finish what you started?
You got to finish the season because I paid for it.
Okay.
Past finishing the season, no. If you don't like it no more, you ain't got to do it. What you want to do now? Because the whole thing is you're not going to do nothing.
Okay.
You don't have to do what I want you to do, but you have to do something. As long as you're doing something, I don't really care.
Okay. As long as they're active in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We got to find out what you like. They can't be like me and just be good at everything you do.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
They got your genetics. What do you mean?
Got half my genetics.
Oh.
They daddy a big fumbly motherfucker. Let me quit it.
That's funny. John, any other thoughts to finish off with Dr. Jordan Peterson? Or anything else you'd like to add? Childhood development and how it plays to the that's the interesting part that he was saying too, like how it plays even into physical contact. I didn't even realize something like that plays like a big key factor when it comes to children.
Yeah, my kids like being tossed around. I take them and hold them by one leg and just swing around in a circle. But I can't do it with all of them around because if I do it with one, then I'm like, I want to do it too. Oh, I want to do it too. It's like, bro, it was not for you this time.
One of the kids looked kind of big. I don't know how the hell you're doing that with that.
With the 8-year-old?
Yeah.
Because didn't you see how skinny he was? He just tall. Plus, I'm strong. You didn't know I was strong?
Stop the cap.
What are you talking about?
I could pick my husband up and walk with him. And he lost weight. Like this one, like he was like 400 pounds. Like I could pick him up.
Damn. He's strong.
I was the only girl growing up. You could not. I could not be no little wimp. Like they wasn't play fighting me.
You play sports?
Yeah.
What do you play?
I played basketball. I ran track. I played volleyball. I did tennis. I was on all the dance teams.
Oh shit. Damn, we got an athlete on here. Got a bunch of athletes
I'm
on
an
here.
athlete. I'm in academia because I was in special ed for the smart kids. I was a student officer. I was in student council. I was in student government. I did everything. I was the editor of my school newspaper. So not only was I in everything, I was always like at the top, you know?
Oh, God damn.
And I wasn't even trying. That's just where I belong, you know?
Like cream will rise to the top.
That's right.
Say that again?
Cream is always going to rise to the top.
Cream rise to the top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'm just good at everything I do.
The only thing
that I'm a good mom. Go ahead and put the stop the cap so I can call my husband so you can ask me if I'm a good wife. And call my kids here, you can ask me if I'm a good mom.
I just put this one. Right.
Whatever.
The only thing I'm gonna add is the only thing that I've seen really evolve, is technology. That's about it. Everything else is a perception. That's it. It's just magnified because of social media. Yeah. And you had sissies in every generation. You had trans in every generation. They still not accepted like you think they are. But social media and TV makes you think they are. The attitude is still negative. And that's just being real. They walk off, people go and talk about them. You ain't finna be no man wearing no nails and think people respect you as a man. Come on, get out of here.
They're not trying to be men at this point.
You can try to be whatever you want to be. There ain't nobody respecting that. They just ain't gonna tell you to your face. But what they thinking is you're weird. And that's just being real. You're weird. You 6'4", 250, got some goddamn nails and a weave, and you think somebody think you a fucking woman? No. You're just weird, and it's against the law to say anything to your ass. So it's a lot of them big motherfuckers running around on TikTok with them big old trainers, 295 pounds of goddamn, like don't nobody know you a whole man.
So why in my head I immediately went to the video that you played with old boy in the video game store.
It's ma'am. It's ma'am. You understand? It's ma'am. I can't believe this shit. But ain't nobody keeping it 100.
I'm sorry,
like,
sir.
Nobody really believes. We've evolved to the point to where motherfuckers really believe that a big 350 fucking pound woman is gonna be pulling somebody. Like niggas really want to see your naked ass naked. No, people are just. We're evolving to be nicer. No, if you want to test it, give a motherfucker a survey and let them have anonymity and can speak their mind. The fucking numbers will come out. 2% like it. 98% don't. But nobody wants to keep it 100. We're involved in some fucking liars. This is what we're involved into. Where nobody is honest with people to their face. That's what we've evolved into that. Can't identify with that.
I'm honest. That's why I don't have friends.
Well, that's
but all
price
that
of honesty.
is just a repeat in a different format. That's all it is. Yep, a shot and a survey, you can get the damn truth. And another damn thing. Hell no, I ain't like that bitch. And she had the nerve to wear some goddamn thongs and put it on Facebook. Like, But you hit love. I was being nice.
Oh no.
You got 19 roles and you think that shit is attractive. Shut up. Stop the cap, man.
When I like a picture, I'm not looking at the rows of her body. If I like it, I like
on
the
the
way you
thong
look in
for
your
real.
outfit. Y'all think
No.
your hair is nice?
No,
I think your makeup is nice.
I ain't talking. She didn't have all that on. I'm literally talking about these big motherfuckers getting on here with a bra, and I think it's a string, maybe some panties.
Well, maybe the bra and panties set was cute.
You couldn't see the damn set. You seen the. You didn't see the et.
Yeah.
The et was up under there somewhere. I'm assuming she could have been naked. I don't know. But you know, I came along and put the truth on there. Put some fucking clothes on, a sheet or two, ma'am.
A sheet or two.
All these people lying to you. You look
at best.
All that.
At best. That's fact, though. I mean, telling the truth nowadays is a little.
Telling the truth is like, you're a bully. You're a bully. Shut your soft ass up and tell that motherfucker the truth, man. Stand 10 toes down. No bully, nigga. I'm a truth teller. That motherfucker knows she obese. Get the fuck out of here. Don't put it on there. When you put yourself out there, you open for judgment. Just like when I say shit on here. Okay, so I put it out there in the internet world. But I don't think about social acceptance at all.
Do you think there's any validity? Well, because obviously that's why the coined the term snowflake generation. Do you think there's any validity to censoring some things that are said towards people?
No. Why the fuck you gonna censor something to say it to somebody? Why would you do that?
Everything should always be said.
You should have freedom of fucking speech.
It's part of the Constitution, ain't it?
Yeah.
Nigga, if you ugly, somebody should be able to call your ugly ass ugly. What? It is what it is. If you wear the shoes, but how does that make them feel? They have mirrors. How does that make them fucking feel? Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! How does it make them feel when you lie to them? Then they run across somebody who tell them the truth, and it's like that's devastating. See, if you keep telling them motherfucker they're ugly, they'll believe it eventually.
That's true.
But you keep telling them they look good, and then a motherfucker like, who told you that? You fucking ugly.
And that's when it's a lot more devastating, because when as an older person, when everyone lied to you when you're younger, and now you're older, and you get smacked with the truth right there and then, you want to fight against it.
I knew y'all was just being nice to me all them years.
Yeah.
Like grandmamas and shit used to be nice. Oh, that baby ain't fat. That baby just big bone. Ain't no fucking big bone. You fucking fat. You just heavy fat.
Do you guys think that well, this is switching the topic a little bit. Before we watch this video, do you guys think that the younger generation or this current generation has it easier than the generation prior?
Yeah. Because the generation before me was strong men. And our generation was strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create soft men. Soft men create hard times. And hard times create
strong men.
Strong men.
Who?
And it's just a fucking cycle. Ain't no fucking evolution, bro.
Danielle, what do you think?
What was your question again? Because I had an answer and I lost it listening to him talk.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you supposed to be a scholar? Are you the scholar on the panel?
That's the doctor up there. What you talking about?
You're a nurse.
I ain't no doctor.
That's fair. That's fair. Yep, censoring speech sounds nice at first, but once you give a government the right to censor some things, it may end up becoming a slippery slope. Yep. Agreed.
That's when you
Was
get
that-
all this other shit.
What is that, like B13 or something like that? The one that passed in Canada, where they were trying to.
What was they trying to pass in Canada? Do tell.
Section, I think it was like B13 or something like that. You had to. It was for like preferred pronouns. Yes. Yeah. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me actually. You know, we're gonna do a quick reaction while you guys are doing that reaction. I'm going to look that up because I'm kind of curious on what it was now. So, there's another one. Pretty much the same question I just asked you guys. Fair use. Fair use.
Young people today face harder challenges than any previous generation.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually going to disagree.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Can't wait to hear that.
I think the biggest challenge facing young people today is the environment, and that we're growing up in a world that is not being taken care of, and what that means for, you know, me and my children, if I have children, what type of world they're going to be living in. And I just think it's not something we're addressing at all.
I think the social media makes it, like I said, it can be a great tool, but I also think it can make life more difficult for people. Because you can get offended or bullied, or relationships can be totally different now because of, you know, people break up with you over a text or whatever. And I think that adds benefits, challenges too, that we didn't have.
As an adult, I find it hard, like, compared to my mother and her generation, when it comes to me trying to buy a house.
Sure.
When it comes to me trying to save money, because I'm one of those contracted workers. But I do want a family. And so do I continue doing what I love, or do I just go back into the old rat race and try to get ahead and try to do X, Y, Z? That's the pressure that I face on a day-to-day basis.
There used to be like companies that hired you for life, and you had pension, you had good,
And that's gone.
all gone.
Especially in the startup world.
Cost of living is so high, or if you live in a place where it's not high, then there are no jobs. You know, I think it's harder for you guys.
It's good to hear all your points. I still think that we actually have it a lot easier. And I think the problem is that we expect too much. I don't think that we should deserve to assume that we're going to get to immediately be able to afford a house. And I think that we have a lot of things going for us. And I learned a lot of really valuable skills completely for free. You can join Facebook groups and meet other entrepreneurs. It doesn't cost any money. You can literally take classes at MIT and Harvard for free.
And classes online.
Yeah. And you guys didn't have that. The
No.
access to information wasn't there. I totally get the financial and environmental challenges, though I think that we have the resources to kind of solve them.
It's important to, want to, leave each generation better than we found it. Because if we lose sight of that, then, what are we working for?
Thoughts?
That last dude hit it right on the head. Hit it right on the head. See, he done spent some time around some old heads.
He was actually he earlier, his description was he tried college, dropped out of college, and became an entrepreneur. Which is why.
Oh, rich dad. I got you.
Correct. Yeah.
Rich dad. Rich dad in the building.
He understands. That's why he was just like, nah, that doesn't make any sense. We have it so much easier. The access to information, and it's so easily accessible. But I think this generation, we have, information overload. There's just so much easily accessible to us that we want to learn this second, and want to learn this, and I want to learn this, and want to learn this. Whereas sometimes you need to just bunker down and say, this is what I'm going to learn, and chart that path. But it's tough with information. Because, it's rough having all this information. You guys don't understand, right? You guys had it easier back then.
We had information. We had all the information, and it was more accurate. We had books. This is the way you got the information was different.
The library, yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
the library.
information. What's being invented? Talk to me.
Apps.
Okay. What's being invented?
What's being invented?
Yeah. That's of use to society, because apps, no. To society as a whole.
To society as a whole? Well,
Yeah.
what I'm going to come up with will be a use to society as a whole.
And I agree with you.
Yes.
And I agree with you. But what's being invented?
And he said Google.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what's invented. Uber. That's what's invented.
Taxi's been around for a long time.
Yeah, with access to information comes freedom, but with freedom comes responsibility. Our generation doesn't have it easier. We are just lazy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Entitled,
for sure.
Yo, that second guy complaining about having to save for a house or to do what he loves. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You heard that entitled speech? I may be forced to do something I don't even want to do. Join the rat race. Yeah.
I was like, what is he talking about?
Hold on, let's there's a lady on there that's a businesswoman, and she was actually speaking against that.
Speaking against what?
Well, she was saying that like she hates hiring, or she finds it hard to hire the younger generation because they all want to try to make their hours flexible and do what you love. And it's kind of like, before you can do what you love, you got to do shit that gets the bills paid. That's where you start. And on the side, with your free time, you do what you love until that can eventually.
Because parents don't fucking parent. They giving kids too many fucking rights. They listen to all this garbage that's being written in books by people who just want to make money. They don't even have kids. Never wanted kids. They've got a bachelor's degree at best. The fuck did you learn in undergrad? You trying to write a book about parenting. You're not a parent, and you have a bachelor's. What did you learn? Because I remember getting that. And you don't even have a bachelor's in developmental psychology because it's not fucking available. It's just psychology. You've had human growth and development. You have a chapter this big that talks about child development. And they don't ever talk about they talk some about the stages of development, but you have only one perspective. Only one. Maybe two. And you writing a whole book and people listening to that shit? Like, what the hell? And then you get these kids who come into this world expecting the world to treat them like you did. And they get surprised when people don't give a fuck about their feelings. When people don't care what kind of day they having. When people like, you can either come to work today or you can get, somebody will replace you.
Kick rocks.
You can kick rocks. I have rights. Yeah, you have a right to leave. Before we call the police.
That was good. Pretty much, yeah. Bill C-16. That's what I posted in the back chat. Yeah. The laws and amendments of the Canadian Human Rights Act by adding gender identity expression as a prohibited ground of discrimination.
That right there was passed to get some people to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
because everybody knows that shit as a grounds of discrimination can be discriminated against. So don't nobody care about that. You can discriminate against that shit. You think trans people don't get discriminated against? Absolutely they do. Sure do. Age discrimination, everybody get discriminated against at some point.
Mm-hmm.
At some point. And half of it, and in the United States, You have to have more than 15 employees for it to even count. Did you know that?
What, the discrimination?
Absolutely.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I knew that because you told us before.
Yeah.
Men getting fined or going to prison for calling a man he. Yeah. It's ma'am. It's ma'am, okay? That was the Jordan Peterson's big rise to fame because of his whole fight against that bill. And there was a whole lot of, trans people that were like, "Oh my God, you can't stand trans." It's like, do you understand what the fight is for? They're going against our freedom of speech here. They're telling me I have to be saying this or else I will be thrown into jail. That's against freedom of speech. It has nothing to do with you trans people. It's against freedom of speech. But no one heard that. They just heard he hates trans.
Yeah, because you going against something that they truly believe in. That's something that they've been allowed to. No one has challenged it. It's been swept under the rug in the United States, man. I have no respect for the APA sellouts.
Who's that, the APA?
American Psychological Association. No respect.
Oh.
Don't you need to get your credentials first before you be doing all this?
They can't stop me.
You get out what you do. What are they gonna say?
Yeah, what you gonna do? Rescind his doctorate. Nah, you ain't rescinding shit. Can't rescind it.
It doesn't matter what you think.
It is irrevocable. I'm just saying. But other countries,
put your chest up.
Huh?
Put your chest up.
Say it with your chest.
No. Your chest is already like that. Put it up. Put it up.
Make sure you cross your legs too, okay?
What?
Why are you doing all that? Why are you putting your chest down?
Could you imagine?
I could not.
Could you imagine having a conversation with me if I adopted this new shit? If my mind was so weak to really believe that there was a fucking viable argument that there's 100 fucking different expressions, genders, something that's more for language that has really nothing to do with humans. And I said that today I'm John, tomorrow I'm Janisha. Y'all wouldn't find it nothing goddamn wrong with me.
No.
If today I want you to say, sir, and you have to ask me literally, so who are you today? I don't know. I guess
I'll find
Janisha.
that entertaining.
So today my pronouns are she and hers. Yep. Today, she and hers. Yep. What about tomorrow? They.
We'll see how we feel.
And you don't think
We'll
that's
see how we
normal?
feel.
And you think that's normal?
Well, that's just
You mean
John
to
being
tell
John.
me It's in the bell curve in the middle. It's here. It ain't out here lying. I'm just saying. You don't find nothing wrong with that. You could be friends with that person. You could have a normal conversation with them, and you have to ask every day. So who are you today?
Well, people don't consider me normal, so I can have a conversation with that person.
But
I think I would have a good time with that conversation.
Oh, I have a great time with it.
I think it's gonna be to. I think the whole idea is it us accepting it is gonna be to the detriment of that person's future. There's the whole idea behind that.
Well,
So
one thing I can say down here in Alabama, that shit is not accepted at all. Not in the schools, nowhere. And they let you know your goddamn pronouns are he and him if you got a penis, and they she and hers if you got a vagina. We don't have no laws in Alabama that even cater to that shit. None. Not one.
Good old South.
The good old damn South. And that's why I live here and I stay here. And I'm not moving. I'm not trying to go somewhere and work. Hi, what are your pronouns? Get the fuck away from me. You see this beard? What can you guess? Now, I don't want to offend. You won't. Trust me. I'm from Alabama. Oh, you definitely hear me. That's right. Ding, ding, ding. You won the prize. Weird.
What's the prize?
A cookie.
You're gonna be showing up like, you see this beard?
What in the heck?
That's a beard. What do you mean?
Why?
Okay, so the one on the bottom, pull that back up. Pull that back up. There was a YouTube video of the one on the bottom. Listen. This is where they all look alike. Never mind. I can't say for sure. I think it's the one with that green right there. But there was a YouTube video.
Oh, this one. You talking about this one?
Yeah, I think maybe. I don't know. Looks too similar. And this one was having a moment. But he was trying to breastfeed a baby. He was so into his delusion that he was trying to breastfeed a fucking baby. I don't understand why he won't. Ain't no damn milk in there. That's why he won't let. But people, and then lawmakers who want to keep their $200,000 jobs in Congress, they just keep feeding into this shit. But there's nothing wrong with them. They're people. Yeah, they are that need help. You got a whole baby on your man chest, trying to get the baby to suck your titty nipple that you don't have any mammary glands at all up under there.
I think Family Guy made an episode about this.
My baby definitely was trying to latch to Lamont's titty nipple.
And he definitely stopped when he figured out a damn thing coming out of there.
Oh no, Lamont had to stop waiting for them because their latch was strong. They was breastfed, so that latch it was quick and deadly. He's like,
It was quick and deadly.
Oh,
well, once they learn how to latch, I mean.
Oh, Ben Shapiro.
Hold on.
A baby that know how to latch is dangerous to any naked chest.
Look at that.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody want to see that?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh.
And completely.
Right. Exactly how your face was.
Okay. It's.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see the mental illness there. I can. I see it. Ooh, shit, I see it. But I work in acute care facility, so I seen all kinds. I've seen people who thought they was God. I had a dude told me he was gonna stop my heart. I'm like, okay, well, can you wait till after I eat lunch? Yeah, I'll wait. I'm like, I don't really appreciate you saying that. I'm sorry. I'm like, wow. Anyway.
I guess as long as you sometimes go with the mental illness, it's all cool, right? It's all gravy.
If what?
If you go along with the mental illness.
Yeah, if you go along with the mental illness, you'll be fine. But if you try to speak out against it, then you're the problem. For you even say it, well, it's not a mental. Yes, the fuck it is. Anytime you think you're something you're not, that's a delusion. Basic definition. But anyway.
we digress. Respect should always be shown to your elders, no matter their opinion. Respect should always be shown to your elders, no matter their opinion.
Yeah, it's just an opinion. What do it matter what they think? Who get bent out of shape because they think something different than you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna respect my elders, but respect is a two-way street. They gotta respect you too. But I ain't gonna lie, I do give passes to old folks. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I do not get bent out of shape out of a old white man calling me out my name. If an old white man called me a nigga, I don't care.
He's from a different era.
Hell yeah, that's the way he was raised. It's in his DNA. It's encoded in him. Bless his heart. Why am I gonna get mad? Okay, so would you get mad if I called you a duck?
What?
I'm right. Confused. Would you get mad if I called you a duck? Like, Clement, you a damn duck.
I'd be confused. I wouldn't be mad. I'd be confused.
Because you know you're not a fucking duck. Like, where the fuck did that come from? I'm not a fucking duck. Right. And I'm not a fucking nigger. So why would I get mad? That's his fucking opinion. And I know where he got it from. I get it. Now, if you a young motherfucker and you do, I'm gonna knock your ass out, and that's just that. You know better. We taught you better than that. But apparently you forgot your lesson.
Danielle, thoughts?
Don't have any.
On that note, we're gonna call the show for tonight, guys. We're over the 2-hour mark. And I actually need to start getting a little bit more rest because it is affecting my training.
Oh no.
Yeah. So unfortunately, can't have listen, I gotta hop in the ring, I gotta get punched at.
Clement said he got shit to do.
Hey, how did the sparring session go today?
It didn't go too well. Yeah.
So you over there beating yourself up while we doing this podcast right now?
Over mad. It's like you steaming. You thinking.
I was mad at myself though.
That's why I said you over there beating yourself up.
Yeah, of course. Because I could be better. So yeah.
Oh,
I haven't taken all the steps to be better, so now I need to start taking all the steps to be better.
We about to be canceling podcasts over here.
No, I can't do that. But I have to run a stricter schedule. Got to be a little bit more,
on
strict.
time.
Correct.
Is that a Droid smartwatch? Generation 4.
Whatever the newest one is, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what that one is.
The guy was at the store, and he said our bill will be the same. And so I said I want a white one.
A rough life you live, huh?
So stressful.
Yeah.
So stressful being taken care of.
Hard life.
Hard not.
Pretty soon I'm going to be rolling out a second YouTube channel that is going to be called Plumber on Call. I will be doing a live show where I'll be taking anyone that has any kind of plumbing issues. But during that segment of time, I will be talking about different plumbing issues and how you can fix them as a homeowner. During that segment, I encourage people to call in. And while I'm there, I can actually help you with your plumbing issue over YouTube. So I'm going to be rolling that out pretty soon. And yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I needed you at my job today.
Yeah?
Yeah. I
What's the
washed my
call
hands and it wouldn't cut off. It was just this stream just kept coming.
Oh, when it stopped from the faucet?
Yeah.
Was it like an automatic one or turn it on?
No, it had the little handles where you turn them. And I had pushed them as far as I could push them. I'm not about to be like straining at work, so I have to step outside and find a man. I was like, "Oh, I need you." I love needing y'all. Y'all love that. Okay?
Yeah, no, facts. Men love to be needed.
And I love that you guys love it because, my gosh, I can get anything done. Oh my gosh, I need some help.
Yeah.
What you
I just can't get it done. Can you?
Yes,
Can you
I'll be ready. What you need?
Oh yeah. What do you need me? Need me to move those stack of papers for you? I got it.
Yes.
Take a step back.
Who bothering you? Don't be bothering her.
Facts.
You guys
Yeah.
are the ish.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Dr. John and Chase in the cut.
Hit me up at if you don't mind, I need you to hit me up at Black Wall Street Trade LLC on YouTube or behavior_consultant on that IG thing, y'all new folk, y'all young folk got. Y'all have a good night now.
Later, nephew.
Hi, my name's Danielle, and I really missed Chris tonight. That's what I want to say.
Okay. Chris, you in the chat. Shout out to you. I hope you guys are enjoying your new property. Congrats on it. But night's been long. It's been fun. It's been swell. But oh well.
That is Chase, and his channel is hold on. Lord, too many people was talking in the chat.
Isn't that great?
It's not. His is yo_CJ. Wave Chase. Go follow the young man on his channel. Okay. Oh,
yes.
But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be calling it a night. So, see you next week. Peace.
If we're doing everything right, I think we should be vetting our wives, like go to their parents, go to their fathers.
They know they shouldn't have let me start speaking my mind in the booth. Start speaking the truth. Might get shot.
I think you're just saying, okay, actions have consequences, and I'm not going to support this person's actions. Like, you don't have to cancel them and say, like, I'm never, I hate you.
Innocent lives have to die.
I. But the whole thing is men are I also. That man was on the other side doing the exact same thing, and his decision with his eyes was to walk away.
Inside your soul.
Now we can paint the perfect picture without belittling each other. Because under God's system,
We are equipped to handle that responsibility, but not every man is fit to handle that responsibility.
I done seen Flint, Michigan,
And it's just being
cities. They pissing in project buildings that got a roof that leaks, resulting in missing ceilings. Hard to sleep. Children going to schools dealing issues deep.
So I think society does make it more difficult for short men, but I don't think that it's impossible that they can find someone.
And instructing you to do your part. It ain't hard to see they trying to keep black in the back, just like Rosa Parks. Cops shooting blacks as if they get a token from God. School rob you with needed resources.
Is the weaker vessel and the more vulnerable.
Absolutely.
vessel.
100%.
You don't look at the man like, oh, poor son, you were violated. No, you like, bruh.
And nobody shift my stick like some cars. And when you're lonely in your darkest thoughts, come, I know it's hard, but God shines his light on all I play their part. And it's the start.
Put myself in a situation where I can only rely on a man. Like if I'm married and being a stay-at-home mom, I need to have a backup in case anything happens. I can't only rely on him. You know what I'm saying?
A flower will grow once you plant the seed inside your soul.
See, I'm a poet, and the best part all the new shows are here to speak the message, what is known, but not what it takes to expose it. Listen closer as I take you on a mental path. See divisions, the math, hoping we clash on lower levels just like in the past. Before we begin